and welcome to the morning exhale. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. Let's begin this morning's exhale with breathing. So I want you to take one hand, bring it to your belly, bring the other hand below, and let's just breathe in and out. Nice, easy breaths in and out. Let's take one hand, bring it to your chest. The other hand remains on your belly, breathing in and out, noticing the breath. Bring your hands to your rib cage. Again, breathing in and out. Let's stretch your arms out to the side. Press your right hand into the floor. Inhale your left arm up and overhead. Then exhale, release. Let's do the other side, lifting up and overhead. Then exhale, release. Let's just move left and right as if you're making a gentle sweeping motion across the ceiling. Come to stillness. Let's inhale both arms up. We're going to come into a twist. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Bring the other hand behind you, looking over your shoulder. Inhale, lifting up. We're twisting to the other side. Hand comes to your knee, looking over your shoulder. Inhale, lifting up, come to center, fold forward as far as you can go. Let's lift up your right palm, looking under your armpit. Then release. Lift up your left arm, looking under your armpit. Then release. Inhale, both arms up, palms together. Exhale. Down to your heart center. Let's stretch your legs out this morning. Also, make sure that you've got some blocks available. I've been sitting on top of my blanket to make sure that my knees are at the same height as my hips. Let's stretch your legs out now, bringing your hands behind you, pressing out with your heels. Point your toes, heels, toes, come back to heels, lift up your right leg. We're just going to circle your foot. We do a head to toe workout here. Pause and circle in the other direction. And release. Lifting up the other leg, circle your foot. Pause. Circle in the other direction. Then release. Let's lengthen both arms up with a flat back, hinge forward, touching either your shins, your ankles, or your toes. Just let your head relax. Notice any sensations in your body, any sensations in the back of your leg, your lower back. Breathe. Inhale, sitting up. We're going to come to all fours for table pose. If you need something for your knees, feel free to get it. You can use a blanket or you can use some kind of padding underneath your knees to make sure your knees are safe and that you're comfortable. You're pressing your palms into the mat. We're getting ready to come into cat and cow. Let's round your back, chin to chest. Drop your tailbone for cat. Inhale your head up, drop your abdomen down, lift your tailbone for cow. So let's do a couple of cat and cows at your own pace, just lifting and lowering in a way that feels good to your spine. As you come into cow, make sure you don't jerk your head up. That's not good for your cervical spine. So be sure to just look straight ahead. as you lift and lower. Very good. Come to a neutral spine. We're going to stretch your right leg out behind you with your toes curled under. We're just going to simply move forward and back, bringing some stretch to your arch, your toes, your calves. Bring your knee back into place. Let's do the other side. Stretching your leg out, your toes are curled under, and we're just moving forward and back. Bring your knee back into place. Let's bring both knees together. Lower your hip down to the left as you look over your right shoulder. Come back to center, lower down to the other side, looking over your shoulder. Come back to center. Let's separate your knees. We're going to come up onto both knees. Bring your hands to your sacrum area, curl your back toes under, and lean back. We're coming into camel pose. If you'd like, you can keep your hands right at that sacrum area, or you can grab your heels, touch your heels, reaching your sternum towards the ceiling. Inhale, coming up. I'm going to grab my blocks right now. And you can bring the blocks to either the higher setting or the lower setting, whichever one works best for you. But let's begin by stretching your right leg out behind you. On your next exhale, we're going to bend into your right knee, bringing your foot in between the blocks. You can adjust your left knee. You can drop it back a half an inch or so. We're getting ready for seesaws. So let's bend into your knee, then straighten, bend, straighten, bend, and straighten. Then let's bring your knee to a neutral position where your knee and your ankle are in the same line. Then let's sweep your arms all the way up to V position. Breathe. Let's interlace your fingers. Bring your hands to the back of your head. You're stretching your elbows out to the side. Now we're going to twist to the right, come back to center, twist to the left, come back to center. Bring your hands back down to the blocks, and let's slide your foot back into place. This time we're stretching your left leg out behind you. On your next exhale, bend into your knee, and we're bringing your foot in between the blocks. You can drop that knee back just an inch or so, and then let's move forward, then back, forward, then back, forward, then back. Bring your knee to a neutral position where your knee and your ankle are in the same line, and then let's inhale your arms all the way up to V position. Interlace your fingers. Hands come to the back of your head. Elbows are stretched out to the side. Let's twist to the left, come back to center, twist to the right, back to center. Bring your hands back down to the blocks. Let's curl your back toes under and lift up your knee. Then we're going to step your back foot up. Let's slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Now let's roll your shoulders. Inhale forward and up. Exhale back and down. Let's come into mountain pose. You're standing with your feet hip width apart. Shoulders are relaxed, palms facing forward. Your feet are firmly rooted to the floor. The crown of your head is reaching towards the ceiling. Breathe. Then let's inhale your arms all the way up. interlace your fingers. Press your index fingers to the ceiling. Relax your shoulders. We're tipping over to the left. Come back to center. Tip to the right. Come back to center. Bring your palms down to your heart center and release. Very good. Let's separate your feet. We're coming into a wide stance. Your feet are facing forward. Then we're going to pivot your right foot forward. Bend into your knee. Let's bring that left big toe in just about an inch. Your hips are squared to the side. We're stretching your arms out to the side for side warrior. Breathe. Now let's straighten your front leg. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, and straighten. The next time your knee is bent, we're going to bring your forearm down just above your knee. Lift your back arm up and overhead for side angle pose. Then let's inhale. We're lifting all the way up to reverse warrior, looking up at your palm. Breathe. Now let's come back to side warrior pose. Straighten out your front leg, pivot forward, release your arms down. Now we're pivoting to the left, bending into your knee. Bring that big back toe in just about a half inch or so. Square your hips to the side. Stretch your arms out to the side. Let's straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. Can you bring your forearm down just above your knee? Lift your back arm up and overhead. Breathe. Now let's inhale, coming up, lifting your left arm up, coming into reverse warrior. Let's come back to side warrior pose. Straighten out your front leg, pivot forward, release your arms down. Let's bring your hands to your hips. We're going to turn your toes out, bending your knees, coming into goddess pose. And you can put a little tuck in your tail. Let's twist to the left, come back to center, twist to the right. Come back to center. Bring your palms down to your heart center. Let's stretch your arms out. Inhale all the way up. And then we're opening up your arms to the sky. Palms together. Exhale down, stretching your arms out to the side. Then let's inhale, coming up, opening your arms to the sky. Exhale, palms together, lower down. Let's do that one more time. Stretching your arms out. Inhale, coming up, opening up your arms to the sky. Let's bring your palms together. Exhale down to your heart center. Turn your toes forward. We're going to fold forward, bringing your hands in between your feet. Bending into your left knee, coming into a runner stretch. Come back to center. Bend into your right knee, coming into a runner stretch. Then back to center. Let's walk yourself around so that you're framing your left foot. And we're going to lower your right knee down to the mat. We're sliding your other leg back. Now let's lower down to either your left or right hip. We're going to swing around, coming into a seated position. Let's begin by stretching your left leg out. Bring the sole of your right foot into your thigh. Lengthen up to V position. Fold forward, touching either your shin, ankle, or toes. Inhale, sitting up. Let's bring the sole of your right foot to the floor. Bring your hands underneath your thigh. Lift your chest, lean back. Let's straighten. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. We're going to take your left hand, holding on to your right foot, cradle your knee, and we're gently rocking back and forth. A nice hip stretch. Now we're taking your foot, we're bringing it across that straight leg. We're going to take your left arm, hug your knee, bring your right palm directly behind you, looking over your shoulder. Breathe. Exhale, untwist. Let's stretch that leg out and work the other side, bringing the sole of your foot into your thigh. Lengthen up to V position. Fold forward, touching either your shin, ankle, or toes. Inhale, sitting up. We're going to bring the sole of your left foot to the floor. Hands come underneath your thigh. Lift your chest. Lean back. Let's straighten. Bend, and you don't have to straighten all the way. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. And bend. Let's take your right hand, holding on to your foot. The other hand cradles your knee, and we're gently rocking back and forth. Let's take your left foot. We're going to bring it across your right leg. Let's use your right arm to hug your knee. Bring your palm directly behind you, looking over your shoulder. Exhale, untwist. Let's slide to the top of your mat. I'm going to bring the blocks to the side right now. And let's bring your hands underneath your thighs. Lift your chest, lean back, coming into upward boat. Then we're going to roll on down to your back. Press your heels to the ceiling for dead bug. Reach your fingers toward your big toes. Breathe. Now let's separate your legs. Use your hands to press into your inner thighs, creating a little more stretch. Bring your legs back together. We're going to bend into your right knee, interlace your fingers on your shin, and we're going to lower that other leg just a few inches at a time. Lower it down about 6 or so inches. Lower down a few more inches. Then we're going to let your heel hover just above the mat. Lift up your head, lift up your chest as if you're drawing your nose into your knee. Breathe. Then release. Let's do the other side. Bring your knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers on your shin. And we're lifting that right leg all the way up so your heel is facing the ceiling. Let's lower your leg down a few inches. Lower a few more inches. Then let's let that leg hover just above the mat. Lift up your head, lift up your chest, draw your nose into your knee. Then release. Let's stretch both legs out and bring your arms up and overhead, as if you're lengthening your body and reaching in both directions. With your right arm stretched out, we're going to roll over onto your right side. And let's use your top hand to push you up. And we're stacking your knees. We've got one knee on top of the other, using your hand to grip your hip. And let's just lift and lower your knee, coming into clamshells. Very good. Let's take your left hand, bring it to the top of your foot, draw your heel in towards your backside. Lift your chest, arch your back. Now let's lower that knee inside the other knee, and let's bring your body around into a low twist. Use your top hand to press your back into an upright position, and let's move to the other side. Bringing your forearm down, your knees are stacked one on top of the other, coming into clamshells, lifting and lowering your knee. Let's take your top hand, bring it to the top of your foot. Draw your heel in towards your backside, lift your chest, arch your back. Lower your knee inside the other knee, release your hand from your foot. Bring your body around into a low twist. Now let's flip over onto your belly. Bring your palms next to your chest. Your elbows are hugged in like chicken wings. Your big toes touch. Scoop your pelvis into the mat. Press into your palms, lifting up your chest. Lift up your head for cobra. Then release. Let your body melt down onto the mat. We're just going to wiggle your hips right and left. Now let's stack your fists. We're bringing one fist on top of the other. And let's either bring your forehead or chin down. I think it's safest for your neck to bring your forehead down. Scoop your pelvis into the mat. As you try to relax the left side of your body, lift up your right leg and always remember to lift from the thigh, not the knee. Then gently lower that leg back down to the mat. Once that leg arrives on the mat, you'll notice that one leg feels a little bit longer than the other, so let's even it out this morning. Scooping your pelvis into the mat, as you try to relax the right side of your body, lift up your left leg. Then gently release that leg back down to the mat. Let's bring your palms to your chest, elbows hugged in, pressing into your palms. This time we're lifting all the way up to upward dog. Press into your knees, pushing back into child's pose. Now let's come back into table pose. Curl your back toes under, lifting up your knees, coming into downward dog, lifting up your hips. Let's lower your knees back down to the mat. Uncurl your toes. We're going to swing around. We're coming back into a seated position. And you can bring your legs into Sukhasana, the cross-leg position. Let's take your right hand, bring it all the way over to your left ear. Slight pressure comes to the side of your head. Now gently tilt your chin towards your armpit. Inhale your head up. Release your hand down, bring your head back to center. Let's do the other side. Hand comes all the way up and overhead. Slight pressure comes to the side of your head. Gently lower your chin towards your armpit. Inhale your head up, release your hand down, bring your head back to center. You can bring your hands either palms up or palms down. Let's close your eyes now and go inside. We're slowing it down. Taking in a nice, deep, full breath. Pause. Then exhale. Release. Breathe in. Pause. Then exhale. Release. Once more, breathe in. Pause. Then exhale. Breathe in. Pause. Then exhale. Release. Begin relaxing your toes, your arches, your heels. Softening your legs. Softening your hands against your knees. Relaxing your chest and abdominal muscles. Your shoulders. Your back. Softening your fingers, your arms. The muscles along the sides of your neck. Softening your jaws and your face. Just taking a moment to breathe. Breathing in your natural breath now. Returning to your natural breath. Then say to yourself, I am happy. I am healthy. I live with ease. I am happy. I am healthy. I live with ease. I am happy. I am healthy. I live with ease. Begin bringing your awareness back into the room, bringing small movements to your toes and your fingers, just bringing your awareness back. Let's roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Stretch your arms out. Inhale all the way up. Palms together. Exhale with a sigh. Stretch your arms out. Inhale all the way up. Palms together. Exhale with a sigh. Thanks for joining me for the morning exhale. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.